Welcome to the Grim Tapes, where we journey into the dark and disturbing corners of history. In today's documentary, we explore one of the most haunting mysteries in American true crime history, the case of the boy in the box. This story has confounded investigators, journalists, and amateur sleuths for decades. It is a case of sorrow, of unanswered questions, of meticulous cover-ups, and possibly even the failure of society to protect one of its most vulnerable. This isn't just a story about a murder. It's a story about identity, silence, and a search for justice that spans generations. Stay with us as we peel back the layers of a mystery that remains as heart-wrenching as it is baffling. Discovery of the body. In February of 1957, a college student in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, stumbled upon a cardboard box discarded in the woods off Susquehanna Road. Inside the box, wrapped in a plaid blanket, was the naked and bruised body of a young boy estimated to be around 4 to 6 years old. He had clearly suffered trauma, signs of malnourishment, surgical scars, and fresh bruises were present. The boy's body had been washed, and his hair had recently been cut, although in a haphazard and uneven way. There were no obvious signs of sexual assault. The box had once contained a J.C. Penney bassinet, and police believed the blanket was mass-produced and widely available. It was the beginning of a deeply disturbing mystery that would come to be known as the story of the boy in the box. Early investigations. The initial police investigation faced significant challenges. Despite extensive media coverage and national attention, no one came forward to claim the child. Investigators fingerprinted him, distributed flyers, and even dressed his body in children's clothes to photograph for identification purposes. Thousands of leads were pursued. Orphanages, hospitals, and foster homes were contacted. But still, the boy remained unnamed. Investigators considered the possibility that he was never enrolled in school, never officially adopted, or may have lived his short life entirely off the grid. His death certificate simply listed him as unidentified male child. Theories and clues. Over the years, several theories have emerged, each more chilling than the last. One of the earliest and most publicized theories suggested that the boy may have come from a foster home located not far from where the body was discovered. The home had a reputation for housing children in harsh conditions. Police even searched the premises but found no conclusive evidence linking the boy to it. Another theory came from a woman who went by the pseudonym M. She claimed that her abusive mother had purchased the boy, kept him locked in a basement, and eventually killed him in a fit of rage. However, her claims lacked corroborating evidence, and police were never able to verify her story. There were also hints that the boy might have been trafficked, part of an illegal adoption ring, or even the victim of a ritualistic killing. Each theory was explored, but all eventually hit dead ends. Physical evidence and forensics. Forensic experts noted several peculiar features. The child had a distinctive scar on his ankle, another under his chin, and one on his groin, possibly from surgery. His hands and feet were wrinkled, indicating prolonged exposure to water. Some suggested he might have been submerged before being placed in the box. Despite having clear fingerprints, no matches were ever found in national databases. The box itself was traced back to a local store, but no records were kept of individual sales. The blanket was widely distributed and thus could not be definitively traced. Every item tied to the boy only deepened the mystery. The role of the media and public. From the beginning, the case received widespread media coverage. Newspapers printed photos of the child and crime scene, begging the public for information. The crime scene was even open to civilian volunteers who combed the area for clues. Amateur sleuths, genealogists, and curious citizens joined forces in an unprecedented community effort. Years later, the internet revived interest in the case. Websites, blogs, and forums dedicated to solving cold cases embraced the story of the boy in the box. Reddit threads and YouTube documentaries further spread awareness, keeping the boy's story alive for new generations. Modern forensics and DNA analysis. In recent years, advancements in forensic science brought renewed hope. In 1998, the boy's body was exhumed for DNA testing. In 2019, he was exhumed again as technology improved. Investigators used isotope analysis to estimate where he might have lived based on chemical signatures in his hair and teeth. Finally, in 2022, through genetic genealogy, the same method used to catch the Golden State Killer, a breakthrough came. The boy was identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Born in 1953, Joseph was the son of a prominent but estranged couple. The details of his early life, why he was never reported missing, and who was responsible for his death remain unclear. But the revelation gave him a name, and with it, a degree of dignity long denied. Unanswered questions and lingering mystery. While Joseph's identity is now known, countless questions persist. Why did no one report him missing? Who raised him in those lost years? Who killed him, and why? Was it a family member? A caretaker? Or someone else entirely? And what does it say about a society where a child can vanish in plain sight? Authorities are now focused on uncovering the events leading to his death. Family members were contacted for questioning, though many are deceased. Legal limitations and lack of physical evidence remain major obstacles. Cultural impact and legacy. The Boy in the Box case has had a profound effect on American culture and the true crime community. It has inspired documentaries, books, podcasts, and academic discussions. It is often cited as one of the most disturbing examples of a child slipping through the cracks of the system. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children used his story to campaign for better child protection laws. In 2023, a memorial was erected in his honor with his true name inscribed. Joseph Augustus Zarelli is no longer anonymous. But justice, and answers, remain elusive. This story is not just a tragedy. It is a wake-up call. It forces us to confront hard truths about society, about systems that fail children, and about the deep wounds left behind when justice is delayed, or denied. So now we ask you, what do you believe really happened to Joseph Augustus Zarelli? Should more be done to hold someone accountable? Could there be others like him, still unidentified, still waiting for their names? And finally, do you think the person responsible is still alive? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective matters, and your voice might inspire someone to come forward with a new piece of the puzzle. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the mystery of the Boy in the Box. If you found this deep dive compelling, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the Grim Tapes, and share your own theories or thoughts in the comments. We cover the darkest and most perplexing stories from around the world, the ones that demand justice, answers, and remembrance. Your support helps us continue investigating the forgotten, the unsolved, and the voices that deserve to be heard. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and never stop seeking the truth.